Nigeria's Kanyinsola Ajayi delivered a sensational performance at the NCAA Indoor Championships in Virginia, equaling the country's 60-meter national record with a blistering 6.48 seconds in the heats. Now, this time it matches Deji Aliu's long-standing record set in 1999 in France. Ajayi finished second in a fiercely competitive heat, just behind J.C. Stevenson of the United States, who clocked 6.46 seconds. Both sprinters will return for the final, where Ajayi has a chance to make history. It was a strong outing for Nigerian sprinters as well as Israel Okon.
I put it down. It wasn't the first in his in his heat, but at the same time he made a record. So it's an important one for us to see at this point in time. And I think everyone involved in the Athletic Federation of Nigeria at this point in time should put an eye on this young man. I saw the review earlier on today, and I was like, wow, this is something beautiful. But for me, it is not just about the race at this point in time. It is about the consistency over time. We've seen it happen, where they perform at the NCAA Indoors, and when it comes to the major big championships, they get not to perform well. And the question that keeps bothering me is, what is the difference between what happens in the NCAA and what happens on the global stage? Right. Probably exposure and also preparation. And I think that's what next for me. Apart from this record equaling feats, he can actually do better with what we saw there. He has the ability, he has the strength, the technical know-how, but how is his preparation for further competitions? So that is the question for me. Congratulations to him as well, and congratulations to Okon as well, who made it to the final, which is a very important one as well. And let's see what happens in the final. Success ahead to him.
Definitely. Okay, I mean, this record has been on since 1999, set by Deji Aliu. That's about 26 years after that record has been broken. He has equaled the record. Do you think, should we say it's a thing of joy, because records should it be that long before it gets to be met or even broken?
First of all, records are made to be broken, and even before Usain Bolt broke the world record, I believe it took about 25 years, if I'm not mistaken. So, okay, for Kanyinsola, him breaking
that was the world record, right? I'm talking about a record set by a Nigerian. Look at I'm trying to remember his name now. The fastest man in Africa, who was I'm trying to remember his name now.
The man from Botswana.
No, for Nigeria, actually. For Nigeria. Right, that record...
Our fastest male sprinter at the moment in 100 meters.
Soji Fashuba.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it took a long time before that record was broken. Do you think Nigerian athletes are becoming slower by the day?
So it's not a function of them becoming slower. It's a function of the platforms in which they compete in. So the question is, how many of our Nigerian athletes actually perform, or rather compete at the double NCAA? That's the first question. Another question is, how often do some of our athletes even compete in the IAAF Athletics Championships, which basically is the biggest platform for individual athletes to compete. So when we don't regularly, get involved in these competitions, it's hard for records to be broken. How many Nigerian athletes do you have participating in an indoor competition as well? That's another question. Naturally, Nigerians should not be involved in indoor competitions if they are based in Nigeria and they are competing from Nigeria. But you know what? Most of our best athletes are based in America, and then they're in the NCCC and then the NCAA circuits. So I think that's just the reason why it took so long for this record to be broken. And let's not forget that most of our
now. Meanwhile, Nathaniel Ezekiel dominated the men's 400-meter heats, advancing as the fastest qualifier with an impressive 45.44 seconds. The Baylor senior comfortably won his race ahead of Jaden Davis, who clocked 45.63 seconds. Ezekiel will enter the final as the favorite to claim the title. With 3 Nigerian sprinters in the 60-meter final and Ezekiel leading the pack in the 400-meter, the country's athletes are making waves on the NCAA indoor circuit, setting the stage for an exciting showdown in Virginia.